Okay, I was gone for the weekend. Got back yesterday. It's a decent time, I suppose. Battery slightly recharged, and a lot has happened since I left on Sunday. So there's a bigger conversation to be had. We'll have that conversation. Maybe not in this video, but probably a separate video either going up later day, sometime this weekend. Who knows? There is a bigger conversation to be had, but there's a lot we need to get to. So let's just get into it because there's a lot. There's a lot here. So starting from the Rippy Rip here, on Tuesday, there was a new multi-team program, new World Series awards, new Flawless today, new program today and tomorrow, some sort of moonshot event. And all of this leads into bigger conversations, but let's just sort of go down the list here. Let's start with the multiplayer program. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this because I know it's been talked about, so we'll just speed through it as best we can. First card up is Josh Hader. Is he exciting? Well, I guess. Hit per 9 and K per 9 are good. Walk per 9's very okay. His clutch is really good. He's a lefty out of the pen. I know people were complaining about the two-seamer. It is what it is. It's basically a sinker. It can kind of backdoor a little bit. Like, it'll drop. It's not that big of a deal. I think if people are complaining about it, I don't want to say they're dumb, but I think they just don't know how to pitch and utilize. It's fine. It's just movement. It'll work. He's got movement, so it's not, I don't think it's that big of an issue. Like, it's going to move, so whatever that issue is. And then I guess the thing of why is here. Rafael Palmeiro, 93 standout, 9100, 7254. The kid cannot hit lefties. And this kind of starts the whole, wow, look at the durability there at 98 to boost this son of a gun. That's the larger conversation is, are these cards created equal? No, it kind of does feel like back a few years ago where it was play 97, pack 99. We're sort of back to it. I don't know if this is going to change, and this is just how they have to play it. I think it's rather stupid. Again, that's the larger conversation. We'll have it a little bit later. There's the pizza bat. Yay. Ranked awards from last year or last time. So these guys will continue to plummet. My guess will be they'll probably be around where these guys are as it goes about. So you can get Martin Diego and Chipper Jones for fairly cheap 90 overalls. Playing a little bit later, you'll get, the other two cards there. The Flawless, where you can get Andy Pettit, who's still fairly expensive, and Jimmy Rollins. These guys will also plummet. Again, probably to where these guys are, if I had to they're about 5K. So I'm assuming they'll be kind of there again as time goes on. So Andy Pettit's the pick here, in my opinion, not J-Roll, but again, I think you can get them both for fairly cheap. And then that ends that. The BR side, this just came out, is Luis Rengifo, a standout card, and Dennis Eckersley. Hilariously, that Rengifo card, I think, was his most games played, and it was still like barely over 100. So, I don't know what to say about that one. Let's take a look at him. So, it was a standout. He might not have beat, he is discovered. Let's see. 88-81 versus righties, 122-75 versus left. Durability, again, pretty damn high. He can play second in the corner, second, third, short in the outfield spots. I wouldn't play him at short. His defense is atrocious. I have to watch him on a daily basis. Trust me, he is not the greatest defender there is, but he'll probably be okay at second base. I wouldn't stick him in the outfield, but he'll still be good where you need him. There's still no awards, right? Because he's an MVP card. So we got to go look for Let's take a look at what Dennis Eckersley. Sorry for the sniffing. I got allergies, cold thing. It's great. Don't worry about it. Dennis Eckersley. Let's take a look here. Slider, sinker, four seam, and a curve. Hit per 9, K per 9, walk per 9, all over 100. His clutch is over 100. Control is 95. His velocity is 76. Break is disgusting. Yeah, classic Eck card. Classic 92 MVP. He will be disgusting, I am sure, as he always is. Now, let's get into the new program here for Rivalry. You can earn Adolis Garcia. There's a lot of packs here. Look at that. Packs, first card, Hunter Brown, four-seam knuckle curve, circle change, and a two-seamer. not too shabby there. I don't know what they have to do here to make these cards any good or boosty boost. I couldn't tell you, but not too shabby. Hunter Brown, everyone loves Hunter Brown. I don't know. His card should be okay. This is a Topps Now card from a couple of years ago, right? 2022, right? Or something. So I think it'll play. You might not see a ton of him online, but it'll be fairly decent. Let me get my fat head out of the way here. Didn't mean to do that. That's on me. Let's do that. Scooting on our down here. Let's take a look at this Adolis Garcia here. Adolis Garcia matches the rookie record with 30 in 2021. 90-92 right. 88-90 versus left. Durability still 95. Decent arm, good fielder. He could probably play right field for a lot of people. Not too shabby for him. Decent card. I think this is one of the better free-to-play cards we've gotten in the last handful of days. But again, that's a bigger conversation. So it looks like there's 15 moments here. They're all worth 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 times 5 is what, chat? I don't know. 16 is 80 points. So literally, if you just knock out all these moments, you'll get it because they're all 5 points. So there you go. Pretty simple. Just knock them out. They don't look too overly difficult. There's some stat missions if you want to do instead. There's the Conquest map, which I suggest you do anyway. Let's see what the big thing is. A deluxe choice pack. That's always fantabulous. And it's the Mets Yankees. So there's 6 teams here. Probably not the biggest pain, and there's also hidden stuff you can do there as well. So that's not too shabby. But let's have the larger conversation here. The larger conversation to be had that's been had across the internet. Things that have tickled me silly. Also, by the way, get this. It goes away in 24 hours. This has tickled me silly. And what's tickled you silly, Specs? Well, let me tell you. Let's take a look here. This is a 93 Willie Castro. Pretty spicy. Decent power. Really good contact. Chase card. It's going to be a little bit better. Well, let's compare it to even this one. This Harold Baines. Interesting, right? Not too shabby of a card. He's probably he's where he should be. Pretty cheap if you really want him. Now, I've been going on. We're going to go to the market. We're going to go to collections for this. I've been ripping about this one pretty much since I saw it. That this is stupid. These cards have not dropped in price. I pulled one, if you watch the Pac-Man video, and sold this ass for $60K because people stupid people. I hate this. I think this collection is dumb. I think people who bought these cards are kind of dumb. I've seen Twitter threads talking about this. I think my favorite one is, mind you, I'm going to state this is off the rip. If you want to get every card in the game, you want to get these, by all means get them. I'm not going to tell you how to play the game. It's not me. Although I am going to say, and I do have to laugh when there are other creators who put on, get the pushback a little bit when they talk about this stuff, and they get it's because of creators like you and all this stuff, this, that, and the other. And let me address this. If a creator's standpoint is, I'm going to play every card because I get whatever I spent back, that's their prerogative. That's not how I think most people play, but creators will justify it any way they can. If that's how they want to do it, that's how they do it. There's plenty of them who don't. The one thing I will push back in the creator standpoint is them essentially trying to soften the blow to a certain degree, where they'll come at them being SDS kind of hard, and then sometimes be like, well, why don't you and then compromise in the middle. I'm not one of those compromisers. I think if there's a problem, we need a solution. And in this instance, I don't think this is an answer. I think this is the dumbest thing I've seen implemented in years, is putting these things behind, especially something like him. They didn't have to do this. What ultimately happened is, I think, because this happened, they said, we need to give him a card. And what they could have done is they could have said, hey, 4, you get 1, you get that one, you finish it, you get this one. I haven't got the weight yet. By Langford, I got, my God. All I got to say about that. I mean, even Corbin Carroll to a certain degree seems a little bit kind of nerfed. He's decent enough, but he feels kind of nerfed. Now, they could have put this guy anywhere. They could have put him in the program. They probably should have put him in the program. But because they want to separate the pack cards from this to keep this behind, which by far, we're not going to lie, it's a damn good card. Not a lot of people are going to have him because no one's going to collect it. And they're doing it here again. And these prices are going to be higher because no one's going to pull them and no one's going to pay for them because of the collection. And we're stuck with the free-to-play thing. Now, again, I don't know if these things are going to change. I know they keep saying, we want feedback. And I'm going to tell you right now, the feedback is probably something to this degree of, these are dumb, this is limited, this is nerfed, and the cards aren't even. I mean, we could even talk about, I'm probably not the sneeze here, the captains, or the captains, the bosses, with the same sort of mentality. Why does Trevor Story have 99 durability? I've never seen a guy get hurt playing DD. You know, I think Gagne's probably the best one of the bunch. Bernie is, these two guys are basically the same thing. I'm sorry, I'm starving. Left-handed killers, decent righties. What are we trying to do here? None of it seems to make sense. Even to a degree, like DeGrom, it really just feels like they're trying to separate free-to-play cards from pay cards, pack cards, if you will. And I'm going to go and say something wild, downright wild. You know what no one complains about ever in the history of games? You want to know what it is, chat? You want to know what it is? It's making free-to-play cards good. No one's going to complain about it. No one. I mean, not to make them like him, necessarily. Adolis Garcia, pretty effing good. He's balanced. So I think a 30-run home hitter should be closer to 95 than 90. Yeah. But he's pretty damn good. I have no problems with that. I mean, Hunter Brown's decent. I mean, Trevor May's decent too. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with making good free-to-play cards. And I wish they could grasp the concept of, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with really good cards that you can get for free. And I know they, like, Donaldson being free was a dub. I know, like, this Santander is pretty good too. Like, I'm not saying they don't hand out favors, but I'm just saying, making good cards that are easy to get and easy to get with a grind or something isn't a bad thing at all. There's no reason to artificially nerf it because you didn't put money into it. If the only way to get good cards is by money, I don't know, guys. I think your clock is going to be ticking if it ain't already. And for the record, again, the best card arguably still in the game, Carlos Beltran, is you can get for free. It's going to take a minute. It's just a matter of how much you want to play it. And I think that's something creators some of them don't want to admit, and some do admit. But I think at the end of the day, it has to come down to us speaking what's wrong, trying to offer a solution, and then see what happens. But this whole notion of trying to justify or not give harsh criticism of it is very dumb. And if anyone is doing that, please don't. But there has to be an honest conversation on what are we doing here, because this 93 Chase Headley doesn't compare to the 93 Willie Castro. And he's more expensive to get. So, I mean, there's conversations to be had about what we're doing here. And the problem is, I don't think SDS wants to have the conversations. I don't. And I think creators don't necessarily want to badmouth the SDS because there's a work relationship there. I don't have a work relationship with SDS. I probably never will have a work relationship with SDS. So I'm okay with being the asshole, being the Asmongold, being the guy who's saying, hey, this is stupid, just do this. And I will continue to be that guy. Make free-to-play cards good. No one's going to complain about it. At all. No one. Not a soul's going to be like, damn, they gave me a really good Adolis Garcia card. I'm sad. No one's going to... I'm telling you, no one's going to do that. Just let it be and do what you did like 5 years ago when the game was good and it didn't feel like we had to blow load after load to get it. It's really that simple. I know this sort of took a weird turn at the end there, but I did want to have that conversation because there are a lot of people who were having it, and I saw some more this week. Like I said, that somebody made the comment about like you creators, and I had to laugh about it. So I'm just throwing my 2 cents in there. I know every year I do one of these BS rants that explodes my channel. I don't know if this one will be it, but we'll see, I guess. And if you are new here because you follow it, hi. I guess I had to rant more. But with all that being said, I will see you guys probably tomorrow when we talk about the other program related this week at some point. So thank you so much. Leave a like if you like it, dislike it, subscribe so you don't miss more content like it. And my name is Specs. I'll see you guys all in the next one.